Preparing, so we're not quite live. Oh yeah, we are live on YouTube. So hello everybody, this is my first live to YouTube, so bear with us please whilst we get organized and sorted with all the equipment here. I just need to mute obviously first this because we have got, there we go, we've got a little bit of feedback from the channel, so I haven't quite done that, so just 1 second. Okay, so we have with us today Suzanne Smart, and also I'm going to include, even though she's not physically with us, Deb Morgan. Okay, and we have collaborated together to come and create something really beautiful for you all on the 19th of November. We are doing a workshop, From Surviving to Thriving, because so many people are struggling out there right now. Things are being brought up from the past, so a lot of people who have what we call ACEs, adverse childhood effects, whether this be sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. This could be divorce, this could be grief, incarceration. There are so many different areas that this covers, but we now also want to include COVID fallout, okay, because the anxiety and the stress that people are facing right now, from local lockdowns, national lockdowns, the whole global spectrum of what is going on, what that means financially, emotionally, mentally to us all. We're all here to support each other. So we're putting together a very special day where we are bringing to you therapy, coaching, skills and tips which are going to help you at the deepest core level. And I know this might be surprising that we can offer this in one day, but this is going to be workshops where you will be chunked down and you will spend time with me. I'm Rachel Earing and I'm the intensity therapist. I'm an energy healer. So I cover things like EFT, NLP, Reiki, something called MBIR, hypnosis. You'll be getting a real combination of techniques that you can take away immediately and use. And you will clear some things out on the day, okay, but I will be there with you. But then you'll be taking techniques away that you can then just use for you and your family permanently to help you, okay. And then we've got Suzanne who's with us here today. So Suzanne, please do introduce yourself, tell us a bit about you and what you're going to be offering on the day.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. So as Rachel said, my name is Suzanne Smart, and I'll be covering those traumatic feelings that rise, those persistent residual emotions that are evoked whenever a thought and is conjured up, those traumatic events that are time-stamped on our brains. These, you know, it's chemical reaction. It happens. If you've been there, you know this. It starts in your big toe and it just rises. And very often there's nothing you can do about that. But I will give you strategies through my trauma triage program to combat those, to head them off at the pass, and then to use that to serve you, use that energy to give you a different outcome. So you can then make a decision on how this is going to affect you, what way you can channel it, and then as time goes on, give you strategies and hints to take away so that you can reduce the feeling of that memory and increase the good memories. Time stamping is an amazing thing. Any emotion that we feel, if it's extreme, whether it's joy or pain, anger, frustration, hurt, it's time stamped on our memory. And you know, but one of the best examples of that is, you know, people will say, where were you when Kennedy was shot? And instantly you can say, you know, what room you were in, the colour of the carpet, how you felt, how you reacted. 9/11 is another one. Those visions of, you know, that man falling. It just brings it all back to you, and you just totally emotionally and sensorily bring yourself back there. So I'll help you to timestamp, all of those different emotions that happen when you think about your past experiences and how to deal with those, cope with those, and then release the triggers that cause them and move on, so you know, so that you can go on and do all these exciting things that you want to do without that fear hanging over you like a cloud. So that's what I'll be doing.
Fantastic. So you're going to get some really beneficial tips, and that's just two of us. And I just want to briefly talk about what Deb is going to bring to the fold. Deb's is very much the real relationship coach. So for those of you who've been struggling with your relationships, any relationships, whether that be work, that could be bullying at work, it could be stress at work, it could be unable to cope with the situation right now at work. It can be personal relationships. Yeah, it can be those intense, really intense personal relationships where there could be narcissistic behavior, there could be dominance, there could be abuse, there could be just not knowing how to communicate. So Debs is really going to bring to the fold that communication process with her 5-step program that she's going to give. She's going to give you the chunk down version of that in the time scale that you have with her. But there's some really key tips there for the relationships in your life. Okay, and then as you go through, so you're going to have time with Suzanne, you're going to have time with Debs, and you're going to have time with me throughout the day. We're going to have question and answer sessions. We'll all come back together. This is all online, by the way, so this is in the safety of your own home or wherever you choose to be. Okay, and we're going to have breakout rooms so that you'll basically, you know, be in a quieter space with Suzanne, in a quieter space with Debs, and a quieter space with me, where we can work more closely with you, get to those key points and help you as much as we possibly can in the time scale that we've got, but then give you the skills and information to take away with you and move on in a much more positive frame of mind, where you are focused, you've got some clarity of what to do with these overwhelm. Okay, now I'm the intensity therapist, so as Suzanne has been saying, all that intensity that comes up when you were talking, Suzanne, about 9/11, I felt it here in my chest. Immediately I got that feeling of, it's like a dread, isn't it? It's like your whole chest just sort of drops down and there's a real heaviness that goes down. So between Suzanne and I, we're going to show you how these intense feelings of this heaviness, the physical sensations that you have that don't necessarily make sense, but they do when you start to connect them to that timeline of your life. Okay, we're going to show you how to actually release some of those off so that you can actually be so much freer, so much focus, so much clarity, so that coming into the winter months, you're going to feel a little bit lighter, okay, and be able to cope. So we hope most of all that you can join us. The event is online. It's the 19th of November, 9:30 a.m. until 3:30 a.m. So we're covering sort of school hours so that, you know, you get a chance for those who are still at school to be dropped off at school. And for those who are now struggling with homeschooling, that might be a problem, but we'll get round it. Okay, we'll get round it. So that's what we're going to be doing, 9:30 till 3:30. Come and join us. The event details are going to be down below. So just click on the event details and we'll see you in there. Anything you want to add, Suzanne, that I might have missed?
Only that, you know, I'm really looking forward to meeting those people that really need this. You know, it's my mission to reach as many people as possible to help, because if you help one, then that one will help their circle, and it just goes on. It just, you know, kind of perpetuates. So it's getting that ball rolling on just giving people some peace of mind. And once you realize that, you know, you're not suffering, or you don't have to suffer alone, that, you know, there is help out there. That's what I want for people to understand, that, and to take advantage of that.
Fantastic. So what we're going to do, folks, is just give you a stepping stone to get on and really give you the momentum to start going forward and keep going forward with these skills. So the early bird ticket is only £24, and that is really just a smidgen of what we charge individually for an hour. And you're getting a big whole chunk of a day with 3 therapist coaches for £24. So do hope you can join us. Take care, and we shall see you very soon. Thank you, Suzanne.